My question is, what's the best alternative? How should we see the other in the ethical situation?
I'm opposed even to notion of otherness. I'm for some kind of universal, I'm very old-fashioned here. I want to rehabilitate the notion of universal solidarity, which is not this abstract humanist solidarity, it's a solidarity of struggle. You know what is for me the other, like I was in India. Let me tell you a story which will amuse you. Sorry for 2 minutes. I had a wonderful time in India where, you know, they have now a big Maoist rebellion, Naxalites, no? And it confirmed, I encountered one of them. I was with my friend in a taxi, and we talked about politics. And the chauffeur didn't understand English, but understood a word here and there, and asked in their language, not in English, my friend who was with me, like, I heard the word, the chauffeur asked him, Naxalit, you know, the Maoist rebellion, like, is your friend, meaning me, for or against? And my friend said for, basically, which wasn't a wise thing to say. In India, they are outcasts. But then the guy was fascinated, and it was a very mystical thing that happened, really, almost sacred, and stopped the car and asked me a riddle. And the riddle was pure, dirty, incredibly dirty obscenity, which I loved, of course. He asked me, you know, the best-known image of Gandhi, where late Gandhi, in his almost antique robe, he, with a big stick, he walks from one village to the other, no? What does this photo mean? Now, I knew I solved the riddle. I knew it must be something extremely dirty. I tried to read it in a dirty, and I guessed it. I told him it's obvious. It's kind of a anal sex call, like, I need a young guy to fuck me into my ass. If not, I will have to do it myself with the stick. The guy was fascinated. He stepped out of the car, embraced me. He told me, you are one of us. And, wait a minute, now comes the miracle. And then we started to talk, not exchanging dirty jokes, just serious political talk. But you see my point. This exchange of obscenity was a kind of a moment of solidarity, you know, in the sense of we are not politically correct bullshitters, you know, who do that, ooh, I like your folkloric dances, I like your whatever. No, to have authentic relation of the other, you have to have this moment of, this was our, as Lacan would have put it, surplus enjoyment, plus de jouir. And then we didn't need it. Again, it wasn't then, oh, an orgy of dirty jokes. We talked, and what I liked is that how we were totally different cultures. If we were to pursue these boring UNESCO topics, you know, our culture, your culture, they are both great, let's look at what we have in common, it's nothing. But we discovered a common struggle. It worked. All of a sudden, all these multicultural bullshit problems, do I really, you know, this boring stuff, do I really understand you? How do I know that I really understand your culture and so on? I claim this is a pseudo problem. Of course I don't, but you yourself also don't understand your culture, and I don't understand mine. Where we understand each other, it's in the struggle, the fight. That's the universality. Again, so what bothers me there with all the fragility stuff? Of course there is fragility. But I like to combine this fragility with this almost Platonic moment of heroism. We may be fragile and so on, but not in the literal sense, but in this virtual sense, we are eternal. And that, I count on those sublime moments. So again, this would have been my answer. I wouldn't like to live in a world where the ultimate ethical horizon is a broken, fragile, perplexed other. I like one step more, where you then don't redeem the other, patronize the other, even less in these fake, politically correct reversals. Liberals love this, to feel guilty in front of the other. We are doing something wrong. We pretend to be out of colonialism, but really, you know, and then this, if I say this, I say black, it's still incorrect. Then I say African-American, it's still incorrect. How should I say? These are obscene pseudo-problems. For example, you now call them, those whom we called once Indians, you call them Native Americans. The encounter of a lifetime, another one that I had is in Missoula, Montana. I met one of them and he told me, I hate the term Native Americans, as if, you know, we are nature, you white are culture, or what. He told me he prefers absolutely to be called Indian. And he gave me a wonderful reason. He said, at least if I'm called Indian, my name is a monument to white men's stupidity, you know, who thought they are in India. No. I prefer to be Indian than Native American, like authentic, close to nature, and so on. He was a wise guy. He said that the worst racism today is this, you know. Native Americans are holistic, in dialogue with nature, and so on. He said, no, we screwed it up. We killed more buffaloes than you white guys did when you arrived. He tried to convince me, no, we already screwed up everything in the state. It was a wonderful experience of how he got it, how false is this, you know, it's as if white men, now that we are no longer white man's burden in the sense of redeeming all others, we still want to be at the top. If we cannot be the top good guys, we want at least be the top bad guys, like, you know. You other races or whatever, you may have difficult lives, but you are not really guilty. It's always still our imperialist manipulations, which basically makes us feel good. It sounds honest, but basically it means you are too stupid even to be really bad, you know. It's really us who are doing it. No, here, okay, I stop.